So the other night, I was riding around Detroit at like 3 in the morning, right? And I pay attention to everything, you know. And I was kind of like going in places and stuff, you know, taking pictures of buildings and, you know, whatnot and stuff, going into, you know, places. I was being suspicious, you know. Kind of on purpose in a bit, you know, just checking things out, looking at people, watching people, you know, like, see what the fuck's going on. I came over here, the Federal Place parking lot. I come check them out, just to see, you know, what's going on over here, you know, the Federal Protective Service, all that shit, right? Listen, man, I go down Michigan Avenue, bro. These motherfuckers flew up on me in like fucking 5 deep in those aviators, those fucking big ass fucking SUVs, bro. They flew up on me fast. 5 deep, I'm talking 5 SUVs deep. They all boxed in my car 2 nights ago. They stopped me on Michigan Avenue. I didn't do anything. They didn't get out, nothing. And then they just looked around the car. They just stopped me. They didn't get out the vehicle. They just stopped. I was like this. There was one right here. There was one in front. There was one right there. And there was one behind me. And then there was one behind them. They boxed me in. I was just like this. I was like, what the fuck? And then they just turned around on Michigan Avenue and went right back the other way. So be careful. Watch what you're doing. They don't play around here, okay? They got Border Patrol around here for a reason. You got Canada right there on the actual Detroit River. The show was intense. Good thing that they didn't get out and go in my car. Huh. We would have problems. Real problems, serious problems, okay? They would have had serious problems too. I wouldn't have stopped. I would have gone. They would have had to take me down. I'm telling you, right now, you had to take me down. I don't care who you are. Government, anybody. I only work for one person, that's God upstairs. I will not falter for anyone. Period. But just so you guys know, be careful, man. So, I don't have the nimble, I keep on hitting the fucking stop button as I'm driving around, because I'm driving a stick. Detroit Taco Company, alright, we gotta go there for sure. Cambria Hotels, that actually looks like it might be really, really good. Here's Local 4, Channel 4 News, which, honestly, I wouldn't mind doing some reporting for them. Out of all the channel news, I like Channel 4 the news. Channel 4 is probably my favorite my favorite channel to watch as far as Detroit. I don't know what it is about Channel 4. I think it's just the people. They always got good anchors. They always got good people speaking. Channel 2 is good. And we're not going to get into politics or anything like that. We're not going to get into hidden agendas or all that stuff. I'm just talking about the people in general, you know, the people are good people. What they show. Who knows what they do in the background. Also boring here, that is true. Detroit people, man. We're really, really hardy people. We're really, really down-to-earth people for the most part. Out of all the places I've ever been to, Detroit probably got to be one of the craziest kind of people I've met or know. You go to other states and stuff like that, they just don't have that mentality of, you know, that hard kind of lifestyle, you know. especially when you go to like the suburbs and stuff. Like when I grew up, you know, I grew up in Dearborn, Detroit area. I moved around a lot. Even for me, at a young age, moving around, like, everybody was, like, stuck up. Even in different places I would travel. Like, when we'd go on vacation and whatnot, like, my father would take me on vacations. We'd go, you know, go to different states, you know, Florida, we'd go to Virginia, wherever you do. I've been a lot of places. You go to all these places and, just the people are different. So that's where I came here the other night to take pictures of my car, Campus Martialist. I actually drove up on the sidewalk right next to that fountain right there, and on the other side too. And it was about 3 a.m. that same night when I got surrounded by the Secret Service. The fucking Detroit officers seen me parked up there. And I waved to him. I was like this, and you seen the camera. He just went like that, and I turned around, like I was like gonna go run, you know, like towards back towards the car. He said, "Do what you gotta do. Just be quick." That's what he said. Do what you gotta do. Be quick. You come down here, you go ice skating during the winter. You hold hands and shit. So romantic. This is where you want to come, though. This is where it all happens, right here. Campus Martius. You come down here, you're in the heart of Detroit, downtown. This is where it all started. You take that right to the river, Plaza, which that's where I took Margarita. We went to the jazz festival. I really want Starbucks, and I don't have enough money on me. I just put all my money in gas so I could get down here. Yeah, see, I parked over there. And then I drove up here like a dumbass. I really wanted the pictures with that one, but there was too much commotion going on over there. I didn't want to get in trouble, so I pulled in right here. I was able to get pictures of my car right there. Cop didn't say nothing really, so just hurry up. Driving circles. I'm gonna go this way. Capital One building, office and retail available for lease. That'd be a cool ass place to actually run an office. I would do it. If I was doing like some IT work down here, running like computer systems and stuff, fixing all these, getting contracts for all these buildings and stuff, you know, installing computer networking things, that's what I would do. Alright, so Ally is probably the best bank right now. They got the best interest rates on CDs right now. I have a bunch of them. If you don't know what CDs are, you need to start reading into them. You put money into them. You don't do nothing but put money into them. You put a certain amount, depends on what it is, the contract. Be careful. A lot of them you want to put as much money down as you can up front because they have fees and whatnot, or you can only put it in one time. So the more money you put in, the more money you will accrue. It's not worth it if you're only throwing in $500 in a sense. You got to throw in like $5,000, you know, for it to accrue. And the reason why I say go with Ally usually has the highest interest rates, like 3%. That's really fucking high for a national average. So check them out. They might be able to help you out with whatever it is you're trying to do. I just use them for CDs. I haven't done anything else with them. So therefore I can't give you any other information, reliable information, other than they give you really good interest rates. Detroit. So I only have a half a tank of gas. I've already used half a quarter tank. I gotta keep a quarter tank in the gas, so I'm only gonna be able to drive around a little bit more. I was trying to catch the freeways, but I looked down on them. There's not much traffic coming down here right now today, which surprised me, but it doesn't. And I'm thinking that COVID had a lot to do with it. There's a soup kitchen, homeless area. Yeah, G-Soup Church. Roll by, see how everyone's doing. Go check up on everyone. See if I know anybody. I know a lot of people. And listen, I've been around. I've run into a lot of people. A lot of people know who I am. And I know a lot of people that travel. I've traveled myself. I used to run off and take off, always come back. Yeah, I see everybody's all fucked up over here. I'm gonna keep the phone down. I don't want to be disrespectful, you know. They just chilling. Nobody I know. I was gonna put the can. I didn't want to be there. Everybody's fucked up. There's no reason to show you guys their faces, man. That's their business, you know. I'm really just looking for people. See if I knew anybody. I went to prison with a lot of people too. There's like a couple people that I'm actually looking for. I haven't seen in a long time that are out here. Specifically the Chicken Man. So I'll tell you guys about the Chicken Man. It's fucked up. Really, it really is. So there is this black guy that was really, really intelligent, man. He was a lawyer. He had money, everything. Had a family, beautiful wife, and 2 children. He lived over there in Farmington, where I was just working at Cottage Inn, which was a really, 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 it's a really high-end area, Oakland County. It's like the 3rd richest county in the country, in the United States. And supposedly this guy had like a lot going for him. And he had an office down in the basement of his home. And how I found out about the Chicken Man and the story was, I met this kid a long time ago. I was friends with him, and I'd always go, I forget his name, but I'd always go on his block and hang out with him. He was a black kid. And there was this guy that dressed up in a chicken suit. He had he'd put on like a chicken hat and everything and push around a baby stroller, like one of those pink baby kid strollers with a little baby doll girl in it, you know, like a fake kid, you know, a doll. And he would take care of the kid, you know, and it was fucked up. And everybody made fun of him, calling him the Chicken Man, you know, and he would walk around clucking and shit. Seriously, I'm not lying, dude. I'm trying to find him if he's still alive or not. He walks around Detroit, they call him the Chicken Man. And he would I'd be on this block for some reason. And he was crackhead, turned into a crackhead. But the reason why he started smoking crack and how I found out about this was I would ask the kid, what's up with the chicken man, you know? And he'd be like, you gotta go ask the old lady down the street on the porch. The old lady that sits on the porch, she'll tell you about the chicken man. That's what he said. And I was like, what the fuck? So I went to the porch lady. I was like, what's up with the chicken man, you know? And she told me, she was like, what happened was he was downstairs in the basement doing work, you know, late at night. His kid, his wife came home with the son and daughter. And it was late at night, it was like 10 at night or something like that. And he didn't know, and he was downstairs working really, really hard on some papers or something like that. Well, the house started on fire. Somehow they went to sleep or whatever, no one knew, and he didn't know. He got out of the basement. Somehow he got out of the basement. And he went pounding, you know, on the doors to get help or whatever. And he didn't realize the car was there at first, you know, and then supposedly he seen the car, his woman's car, and he said, no way, my wife and kids are in there. And by the time, like, the fire department was already there, like, everybody, like, the family, I guess, lived on the block as well. And the guy tried to go into the fire, like, the guy tried to run into the house to get his wife and kids, and got like burned up or whatever. And the fire people went in there and got him out, and he tried going back in there, but they couldn't save the mother and the kids. And supposedly too that the mother's family said that he's a coward, that he should have been the one to burn up instead of them. And the lady said after that, like, the guy was just never right. And he just fucked me. He's so scarred up, you know, from the fire and stuff, that he wears the chicken mask to cover up his face, because he's so, you know, consciously guilty, you know, he don't like it. He's hurt from it. And he covers himself up, walks around clucking like a chicken man, and pushes a little stroller around with a little baby girl, and he thinks it's his kid. That's what's crazy. I want to go there so bad, dude. So I'm gonna go ahead and go by the river. Ah, shit. My dumb ass. Oh, wow. I thought you could turn left here, and you can't. So you just wait, and then you just turn right. Just all over the place. I stopped at that gas station where the fucking gas lasts twice as long, so I've been able to actually get around a lot. I wanted to bring you guys down here because there's actually a lot to do down here, right here. They got a lot of cool places right here. They say, yeah, parking spot. You get all the scooters. It's really popping down here, man. They got the Atwater Brewery right here. It's really nice down here. You can ride around on your bikes. It's really college. It's really collegey down here. A lot of college students down here. They buy lofts. They go into it. You know, they go in on a loft together, and they go to school down here at Wayne Community College. But I love all these old buildings, man. All these old buildings are from a long time ago, you know, the car industry and stuff. want to smoke. I come down, I gotta smoke. I had to work today, deliver. There wasn't that much traffic. It surprised me. I don't know if it's because it's just today. Maybe everybody has day off today. I don't know. I probably should. I was looking at 96 though. I stopped at 96 area. I'm probably going to see how 75, 94 look. But I don't feel like doing anything now. My legs are fucking cramped up. So another reason why I stopped right here and brought you guys over here is because they actually have a barge that's parked over here, and you can eat on it. I think you can go on it, hang out, and it's pretty cool. You got to pay to go on it. Plus, I wanted to see the water, and I'm gonna be on the water soon, sailing, man. This is gonna be me. Every morning, this is what it's gonna be like. I can smell it. I miss it so much, dude. I can't wait to get out there. You have no idea. I would be cruising right here. So the video I have about Iowa, me flying through there is that island right there. There's that bridge I just crossed. That's where they have all the Detroit Grand Prix racing and stuff when they host it on Belle Isle. That's the island that they hosted on. That building's pretty big. The Detroit River Walk, which is amazing. Let's go read it. It says Detroit River Walk. For everyone's enjoyment, we ask that you follow these guidelines. Thank you. Oh, it's just more rules. We don't need to read that. It says Mount Elliott Park. 20 minutes that way. Has restrooms, food and beverage, a pavilion, splash pad, and fishing. 8 minutes on bike, 20 minutes in walking. Yep. Me and Margarita, so down there you can get the bikes. You swipe your card, and then me and Margarita rode our bikes all the way down here, all the way down there, and then back. We had a good time. She enjoyed it. I miss her so fucking much, man. It hurts. It hurts. I'm about to go grab my weed. I'm gonna go grab my weed, and we're gonna go down. I'll roll up my windows and shit. I gotta smoke a joint. The pen isn't doing it. It's for some reason like this pen makes me really like it almost makes me sound like I'm taking heroin. When I do heroin, my voice drops like that, like really, really low. This marijuana does the same thing. It's odd. It fucks up my voice. It's hilarious. Alright. I think it's funny, actually, that it does that. It's odd. Oh, somebody called me a meth head. I'm not doing meth, first of all. I wish. No, I don't, actually. I smoke marijuana. I take medication here and there. Legitly, I get from the doctor, but I don't fucking get folded. So, trust me, if I was doing meth, you would know. I'd be robbing you, you punk bitch. That's for sure. I'd be over there right now with my 12 gauge, talk about giving me all your money, ho. And then I would go take it and go put it up my vein, which I haven't put anything in my vein in a very, 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 very long time. So, fuck you and your fucking stupid ass fucking assumptions, you fucking faggot. You're a piece of shit just for making that assumption. And most likely, you're the one that's doing the meth, you piece of shit fucking hoe. Go fuck someone else over that you're about to go fuck over. Because that's exactly who you are. You're pointing out what you see in yourself. That's exactly what it is. So carry the fuck on before you get hurt. Don't come around me, dude. If I ever find out who you are or see you in person, I'll handle it. Real quick. Stupid people, man. I don't give a fuck what they think. But we are smoking some marijuana. Really good marijuana at that. It's that jelly cake, man. About to smoke some jelly cake with Jelly Roll. How about that? That's one of my goals in life, is to smoke this jelly cake with Jelly Roll. When I smoke some of this jelly cake with Jelly Roll, I made it. You hear me? And just so everyone knows, Jelly Roll did actually add me as a friend. He friend requested me. I didn't friend request him. He friend requested me. Which I'm thankful for, because I look up to that man. I've been listening to his music since I was listening to music. This shit right here, man, I'm telling you. This shit right here. It's like heaven, dude. Go to Nirvana. Order online, come to Michigan, go to wherever state they have it. Wherever you gotta get it, get it. Get some jelly cake, man. Just the smell of it makes you... I just want to lay in the field. I just want to... I would go to sleep and sleep forever. It's like home. If home could have a smell, marijuana-wise, which home is heaven, La Casita, Mago. If I could choose any weed, all the weed that I've ever smoked in my entire life, if you were to say you're dying right now, what weed would you smoke? It'd be this. I'd want this. If I had to choose between women and this, other than Mago, it'd be this. Mago would be the only one I would choose over this. I'm telling you, bro. Wallah. Wallah means I swear to God in Arabic. It's... I don't even want to break it up. I don't. But I'm going to. It's so good, dude. I'm happy too, because I worked today and I got this today. I'm gonna roll a nice fatty and eat good as fuck today at Papa John's. I'm gonna smash. Make some money. I gotta get those wheels off, man. I didn't get the wheels off yesterday. I napped. Listen, your boy was tired as fuck. I've been go, just drinking nothing but coffee and staying up, working. Getting this car together, programming, taking pictures, moving shit, planning stuff. Mostly planning stuff. Writing stuff down. Doing stuff in the background you guys don't see. A lot of work, actually. Tying everything up, you know. This is why I'm down here right now, too. I needed a time for myself. And this is the stuff I do. I travel. I go smoke. Find places to smoke pot by myself. Because I'm fucking lame. Or cool. Whatever you want to say. I'm just a loner. I love people. I just don't like ignorance. And there's quite a lot of it going on around here. And nose is stuffy and shit. My fucking nose still hurts like a bitch from fucking... It's not right though. If you ever come down to Detroit, you gotta go to Cobo Hall. and you gotta drive your car on the thing that goes in a circle. It's so much fun. I always try to put my car in neutral when I leave and try to see how fast I could get the car to go down without having to brake. You can get going pretty fast before the car starts. You got to start braking. And now that I have this car, I've driven this car. Man, let me tell you, I've never driven a car that has handled so well in my life. Now, I went and looked up. I've been doing research on this car now, so I do know they made a Focus RS for Europe. And the more I've been doing the research, what I think this is I think this is an RS clone. Somebody took RS parts from Europe and cloned it. And or I really believe it was the prototype for the European clone. Like all the stuff, like the RS trans and the RS badging and all that stuff that never came on this car here in the United States, it came on the car in Europe. It also came with a blue dash, a blue speedometer dash with the RS on it. Some of them did with red interior and blue interior. This has neither, but it has the motor. It has a built 5-speed trans. You can hear the car gears in it. It has a supercharger on it. It has, all these things that is done to it. That's what it is. It's a RS copy of a European clone. But what I'm reading though on the internet is even the RS in Europe didn't come with a supercharger or a turbo, not until later. So just like the SVT Focus in America, in the United States. So it still impresses me that this thing has a supercharger on it. And if you go on eBay, you can find the supercharger. There is other superchargers for this vehicle. So it shows you that they made them for this vehicle. You can get them. It just was never a production vehicle. And if they did, it was very limited. And I don't know very much about it. I'm still learning what vehicles they did make them, which I'm trying to figure everything out in this car. All I know is I never thought I'd be driving a Focus. Traveling the country in a Focus. But it makes sense. The more research I've done, the more I think about it, it's the perfect car to travel in. Once it's modified. One, it's low key. You don't get pulled over in this thing. Nobody pulls you over in a Ford Focus. They just don't pull Ford Focuses over, dude. It's all blacked out, so I'm less likely to get pulled over. I'll blend in very, very well with all the other cars. I'll be just like any other executive, not mom and dad, you know what I mean? Like, regular worker. As I'm driving through this, the freeways, I'm not going to get fucked with. The car was designed as a world car for Europe and the United States. Therefore, they wanted to make the car cheap in engineering and production for repairs. So the customer ended up with a better product, and to be able to maintain it for cheaper. And that's exactly what happened. So this car is very, very cheap to keep on the road, maintain. Also, the motor, man, listen, I've never had a motor that's supercharged, that's a 2-liter, that pushes out this much power, that's this reliable, that sounds this good, that has 234,000 miles on it, which I'm sure it's been rebuilt, but it doesn't have no problems, man. There's very little that can go wrong with it. The motor is very, very simple. That's why I bought this car as well. I can rebuild that motor by myself. If a head goes, a head gasket, a piston goes, I can do all that shit myself. Everything I can do myself in this car. I am making the decision before I leave to replace the subframe in the back. The subframe isn't rusted out, by any means. It's just all surface rust. But I really, really, really want to get. I might actually take that one down and just reinforce it. It might make more sense to do that. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of these aftermarket subframes, they're cheap. They're I would end up putting something worse than what is already under there. Therefore, I might modify the one that's under there and clean it up and paint it, just so it doesn't get worse or get rusted. I want to change all the hardware out because I'm changing the struts, the springs. I'm gonna change. I might get a stronger sway bar. I'm not sure yet. I might see what I can find because I'm putting a lot of weight in this car. So, things need to be modified. Things need to be adjusted a little bit, among with a tune and getting a turbo on here. I'm really, really either thinking about, I might end up with a Ford EcoBoost turbo, or I might end up with a Caterpillar 69811 or 68911, I think it is. I'm looking for a certain turbo that will spool up really, really, really fast, keep me in the power band, and I want it to be efficient. I don't want tons of power. I just want it to be snappy. I want it to be on quick, and I want it to be able to feed that supercharger. So I might end up having to put a smaller pulley on the supercharger as well, which I might end up getting either a different one or the same one, and then maybe porting it, cleaning it up before I put a pulley on it, maintenance it, reservice it type of stuff before, I start pushing it. I gotta see. I haven't been in the engine. I've looked at the oil. The oil when I picked up this motor, that oil, whoever owned this car took care of this car. They didn't rev the piss out of this car. They didn't race the piss out of this car. They took care of it. They just drove it and they took care of it. They maintained it. That's what they did. And I'm thankful for it because I ended up with a well-maintained car in the United States. It's a rare version a rare example of a really nice Focus that I get to share with everyone and build with people, I don't want to just build this car with myself. I want to meet people through other states as I travel and, work on it in their garage with them, meet them, that type of stuff, They might be able to help me do some things that I need help with because simply I don't have the tools or they have the experience. They've been doing this stuff for a long time, which therefore I know I will end up with something really, really nice, and I will be able to share it with everyone. So people will be able to see really cool stuff and really nice things and be able to see how these things get done. So it's all of it. Everything is going to be nice. And it's time to go smoke. Oh, smoky smoke. Oh, shit. Fucking shit up. I see why this thing was broke when I got this car. This thing was broke. This piece was off. The piece of metal was bent. This thing was flipped back. You couldn't whoever had it didn't know how to, fix it. I had to take a screwdriver and bend the fucking metal piece back, and then I modified the actual piece of plastic that was broke. I put a screw in it, and then put the plastic over it. Now we're good. It makes a little noise, but she's there. You can't tell it that I modified it and I made it work. You can hear it, but you can't see it. Alright, put the wallet away. Therefore, if they don't see it, less likely for them to try to steal it. If they see that wallet, they might get tempted to blow out my window. It's just funny. I've thrown bricks at windows before. A lot of cars, they just bounce off. And Toyota Celica got the strongest window in the world, man. I'm telling you. You can take a boulder and throw it at the passenger window, and that bitch is gonna bounce off back at you. Guarantee it. I got chocolate. I'm excited. I got chocolate. Alright. I left Kitty at Bill's house because I was gonna do these videos and I didn't want to leave her in the car. She needs to get a break here and there, and I gave it to her. It's nice out right now. The wind it's like a little brisk feeling to it, which it's always a little colder on the water, which I know this. This is why I put the hoodie on and pants on. Alright, I had to go over here to light this. Told you, this jelly cake, jelly roll. Go get yourself some jelly cake. You'll be happy you did. I gotta fix this run real quick. I always just do this. Because it's windy as fuck over here. I didn't get a good even light either. There we go. We're almost fixed. Like spider webs everywhere. Ball Isle, Mount Elliott Park, and then downtown Sheen Park. And then there is Canada over there. That is Canada, Canada. We are Canadian. Most of my favorite music artists are actually Canadian. Mad Child, Snack the Ripper, Evil Ebenezer. Those are the main three. I can go on and on and on and on and on. But those are the main three off the top of my head. Mercules, one of my favorite. These definitely gotta be up there. Then I just seen a fish come out back of my eye. He just popped out. Must have got him something to eat. See, look at that shit. She's getting it in. Get that run in. She's breathing right. You can hear it. She's breathing correct. She is breathing correct. It's hard to breathe like that. It's hard to understand, to breathe like that. She's doing it in rhythm. It's a cardiac rhythm. So when she's breathing out, it's actually going like. You'll understand when you run like I do. She's running to get that runner's high, which when you understand grace, you understand life, and you've been through suffering and pain, and you run enough, you run to the point where your toenails fall off and bleed, like I have. You learn who God is. Trust me. There's the barge moving. So that's the problem. You see those barges, that's another problem. You see those barges right there all the way down there? So this is a lot of stuff I've been studying, right? Logistics. You have all these ships, right? They're going all the way from China, all the way here, back and forth to Africa, whatnot, right? Most of them are coming from China. They go all the way over there, right? They bring all these goods back to here, right? They're getting paid each load, right? All their job is to maintain that ship, take that ship overseas and back safely, right? That's all their concern is. And to fill it, you have to fill it. So what was going on was for almost 30 years, right? Less or more. It's kind of irrelevant, the time. The time isn't, well, I guess it is relevant, but it isn't. It depends on, what it is we're speaking of. But the boat has to make money. That ship has to consistently make money, logistically. If it's not moving, if that boat doesn't have anything on it, products on it, or some type of anything that they're getting paid to haul, they're losing out of money, right? Every second, every minute that motor is on, that boat is in port, they're paying for, customs or whatever it is, they have to pay for. They're losing money, So what's going on is first of all, they would come here and they'd buy all the scrap from here, all the trash and scrap. So they bring all the products like computers, things like that, whatever it is, whatever food, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever's in that ship, it'd come over here, right? And then they would reload it with trash. They'd bring it back to China. China would buy the trash back. China would buy trash because they would recycle it. They would use the plastics, that type of thing, to make the toys and whatnot and sell it right back to us. That's exactly what was going on. And if you watch a lot of these documentaries in China and stuff, you go on YouTube, you can see how China got really, really overwhelmed with the trash issue. There was so much of it coming in that they didn't know what to do with it, and it just started piling up. It ended up in their rivers, it ended up in their forests. You can go into a forest in China, and a lot of forest areas where there's no one there. I'm talking miles and miles, right? And the Chinese government literally just dumped the trash in the forest, thinking like, well, okay, there's never going to be anybody in there. We need the money. Well, we'll just dump the trash here. That's what happened. And it doesn't get spoken about because we don't live in China, nor does anybody care about what is happening to China, right? Now, you got a country, right, that's a communist country, right, that isn't going to tell you this. They're not going to tell everyone that their country is full of trash, you know what I'm saying? That they're ashamed of taking in all of this trash, you know what I mean? And now it's overwhelmed the country. But they announced it publicly to themselves, and that's how that president got into his seat. Well, I wouldn't say president, but, that's how he got elected or whatever as a communist country, because he told everyone that he was going to stop bringing in the trash from the United States and from Europe, and that he was going to abolish the kid law where they could have more children instead of only a certain amount, which the people were like, okay, hell yeah, let's do this, So that's a big problem. That was a big problem with China. So what happened was you got Europe. You have Europe and America. They didn't know what to do with the trash. So now they're selling it to all these other countries that are doing the same thing. But instead of dumping it into the forest or into a landfill, they're dumping it into our ocean. Also, these boats, right? People are living on them. They're septic tanks, right? It costs a lot of money to pull into port and to have the stuff, cleaned out, sucked out, replaced, cleaned, whatnot. So what they're doing is they're driving to Canada and they're dumping in the water in the ocean over there because Canada doesn't enforce it. The United States enforces it here. If they see you doing that shit and they catch you, you're fucked. You're gonna get fined. You're gonna lose your fucking license and whatnot, whatever the penalty is. So what they're doing is, instead of doing it here, they just wait. They just hold it and they wait till they get to Canada, and as soon as they get out to sea, right, where no one's around, that's when they'll dump it. So and you can't stop it. You're never gonna be able to stop that. Because the person's being sly. The person is going out of their way to do something to save money but hurt the earth, when the stuff could be just cleaned up correctly. Listen, man, if you're worried about money, learn to make more money, not to get around it, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing too, is I've saved money, right? I made a video how I saved up 70 grand, right? Here's the thing. I didn't save up 70 grand. I learned how to make 70 grand. I learned how to put it up. There's a difference. There's a difference. You can't, if you want to be a millionaire, you want to be successful like that, you want to get forward in life, you have to get that mentality out of your head that you're going to be able to save up. You're not saving up to that amount. That's not going to happen.